Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. How you doing, bro?
I do, man. Good, thank you.
Good, good, good. How can I help you today then, bro?
Yeah, I think I don't know if you remember, but I booked a call with you a while ago.
Yeah, yeah, of course I remember. It's only a few weeks ago
Yeah,
now, wasn't it?
yeah. And then we was on about I was about we set a plan about me saving the money and
Yeah, that's
then
right.
getting onto it. And then
You've had to think about it. You think it's definitely what you want to do, yeah?
everyone what do you want to do? Just had a few questions regarding like the legal side of stuff about the course.
Yeah, of course. Go on.
But like so I've already got a company set up.
Mm-hmm.
Um I've got a company set up. I
Yep.
think all I have to do is I have to change the SIC code on it.
Sure.
But besides that, when it comes to rent,
Mm-hmm.
is there any like so I've got £8,000 aside in
Yep.
in in a, in a locked bank account which I can take out that's there for my rent to rent deals.
Good.
And I didn't want to touch that because if I touch that, I'm gonna go too low and I won't be able to get a rent to rent deal.
Yep.
So I've kept that aside and started
Good.
saving up for the course.
Good.
I was thinking, is there anything else that I need to after I buy the course and set up a company and everything? Is there anything else I need to be putting down, such as being compliant or any compliances, insurances?
Yeah, so in module one, we'll cover this, but there's basically a couple little insurances that you'll need. Indemnity insurance and liability insurance, which you can get for like 30, £40 a month.
Or is it?
Yeah, and again, I'll ask you to set these things up and get the policies ready to go. But in terms of actually clicking the button and paying, you don't need to do that until you're actually like getting to the stage where you're going on viewings and actually looking to put offers
Yeah,
in. Yeah. So that's the insurance side. There's another omnispun you need to be part of called the PRS, which is
yeah.
just basically like a rubber stamp for your business, makes you look more professional. That's about 150 for the year.
Okay.
And other than that, I mean, opening a business account. I will get you to do some marketing, so like getting some letters sent out, things like that. But again, for me, I just done another one yesterday. It's about £200 for like 350, 400 letters to be sent out, and those are to
Yeah.
the HMO landlords. So there will be things like that, but ultimately, no,
Okay.
there isn't really any other big cost that you'd need to
Oh, so
save.
it's nothing massive really.
No,
Like
no,
that's all.
no, not at all. Nothing four figures, and nothing that you have to pay like all in one, like the insurance and that you can pay like by the month.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. In terms of the course, like I know I've got the one-to-ones with you, but
Hmm.
how does that work? Like, what's your structure for it?
Yeah, sure. Good question. So you get access to my calendar, so you can book me like any day. Normally it's Sunday or a Monday. We've just opened up
Okay.
Mondays. But anytime throughout the week you can book me. So book a time that works for you. And we'll spend 45 minutes going over stuff, working through stuff, mentoring you basically. And then if you did need me, for example, say for example you went and viewed a property after we had our call, say we had a call on a Sunday and you went and viewed somewhere on a Monday and there was a potential for you to put an offer in, then we can maybe jump back on another call on a Wednesday and do that deal appraisal and try and work it out.
Yeah.
Um, but basically, we'll be speaking at least once a week, and obviously in the WhatsApp group, there'll be non-stop. I'm non-stop chatting in there and giving tips and
Okay.
stuff and trying to help each other. So
Yeah. 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 Well, you've just already answered my next question. I was going to ask about like if I come across a deal or anything, is there anyone that can look it over for me, make sure that I'm doing the right
yeah,
thing?
yeah, 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 of course. Well, that'll be me initially. I'll look over it, but you're more than welcome to put it in the group, ask people's opinions.
Okay.
There's a lot of qualified people in there that are doing really well from it, so they'll chime in with their input. But ultimately, if there's a deal there that's on the table, I'll go over the numbers with you and make sure that it's the right one before we push the button and go for it.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'm assuming like the course covers everything from like setting up the apartment and how to pay the bills and everything. It teaches all of that.
Yeah, yeah, everything, literally everything I'm doing today in the business, like you get access to. We've just updated some more recordings of me speaking with agents and landlords and stuff. It's constantly getting evolved, so it's not
Okay.
set in stone. I'm updating it all the time. So everything we're using today in the business, you'll get access to, marketing wise, contracts wise, setting up the utilities, furnishings, everything, literally everything. All of the
Okay.
seven years of work is in there.
All right. And I know you've got that 6 months thing, guaranteed thing.
Yeah.
After that 6 months, do I still have access to all of this and like you guys and everything?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the 6 month is just the time frame that it took me to get my first deal, and it's
All right.
the average time frame for most of our success students to get theirs. And that's the time that I would like to guarantee you the result in. But if for whatever reason it hasn't happened in that time, then you still have all the access to all the modules. You'll still be in the WhatsApp group, and I'll keep coaching you until we get there, you know? So every week
Okay.
we'll keep meeting up
Yeah.
just like this until we get you where you want to be, you know?
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds really good. I just want like I won't waste your time because I feel like I've already made my decision. I'm gonna buy it.
Oh,
I'm
brilliant.
gonna get
Well,
down to it.
that's
Yeah.
good because when I did speak to you the first time, I thought, you know what, he could actually do well. And
Yeah.
I felt like you would be a good fit for it. So it was a shame that it was the price that was sort of stopping
Yeah.
you and holding you back. So it's good that you jumped on now, bro. I'm excited about working with you for sure, man.
Yeah. Nah, me too, yeah. But I mean my final question is like, is there anyone like who's jumping onto your course who like has just failed miserably and what was their mistake?
So prior to it being what it is now, a program, there were people who just bought the course just by itself.
The online
Um,
one.
the online one, yeah, and it wasn't as dense as it is now. So there's always more information in there as time's gone on. But the people who bought the course originally, we sold quite a few hundred of those in the very beginning, and some people, believe it or not, barely spoke to me. Like we originally had 3 mentoring sessions that were included in it, and
Yeah.
some people never even booked them in. They just went
Okay.
missing. Those people obviously didn't do very well.
Yeah.
The people who don't implement what's in the course tend to not succeed,
Okay.
and the ones who do tend to succeed. So it's quite simple and straightforward in a sense where if you follow the steps and
Yeah.
you do everything that I'm doing, then it's only a matter of time, you know. You do have to be willing to go and meet people as well. You know, I don't want to kid you into
Yeah.
thinking it's just behind the laptop and from your phone.
Yeah.
You will need to warm people up from your phone and laptop, but ultimately going into the agents, going to meet landlords, having a coffee with them or whatever, and finalizing things that will need to
Right.
take place for you to close.
Yeah.
As it is their asset, so they're not just going to give you the keys without meeting you, you know.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, you come across well to me as long as you practice communicating how the service is and the value in the service. And that's what the reps will be doing is practicing how to communicate it. As long as you do that often enough to the right people over a sustained period of time, then you'll get the right result and someone will give you a chance, you know?
Yeah, perfect. I mean, yeah, one more question. I mean, like, I follow quite a lot of people like on Instagram and stuff that do rent to rent, and
Yeah.
I've come across like a lot of like service accommodation management companies,
Hmm.
and I've seen like loads of people success stories and stuff about like how they went from getting 15 days booked on their Airbnbs to now having long term 6 7 month bookings. What do you think of that? Do you think that's legit?
I mean, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Anyone can say anything online these days, you know. It's hard to
That's what I'm
really
thinking.
see who's doing what. Um, I don't know. I can't speak for other people. We have had bookings where we have had people come and book on Airbnb for a couple months at a time. 7 months is normally a longer term booking, which would normally come from one of the other portals, maybe like Spare Room or even
Yeah.
like Open Rent, you know, because you got to remember these companies, they are still quite savvy in a sense where they're trying to get the best price. So if they can see your properties advertised on Booking.com and Airbnb for one price, which is obviously going to be the most expensive price because they're paying for it
Yeah.
by the night. But then if they go on Open Rent or Gumtree and they see that it's for a cheaper price for a longer term, then they're going to obviously go with the
Okay.
cheaper price. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of young guys popping up now with the service accommodation stuff, doing well from it. More power to them. You know, are they all making as much as they say they are? I don't know. Are they having issues, you know, with the amount of people, the turnaround and the turnover of tenants? I don't know. You know, from my experience, it's good to have a balance of both, and medium term guests slash tenants are the best type of
Yeah.
guests you
Yeah.
can get really, you know, in terms of operational drag. You know, you want to be efficient, and the quicker you can get it tenanted with someone who's paying you a premium and move on to the next one, the
Yeah.
better, because that's how you grow.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, does that
Oh,
make
okay.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's one of the things I was worried about. Like, can I believe everyone on the internet?
Yeah, to be honest with you, one of the first things I'd probably say on our first call is I'd rather you not even look at too much of that stuff. Like, I'd rather you just focus on what we need to do,
Yeah,
focus on the steps that it takes to get you there, and don't pay too much attention. Obviously, if it's going to inspire you, then great. But what I find is speaking, especially with a lot of you young guys, is that your perception of reality can get a bit distorted sometimes by looking at that stuff. And we just need to focus on doing the work and getting you where you need to get
Yeah,
to, and all that other stuff is irrelevant. You know, you're running your own race. It's not
yeah,
about what anyone else is doing. If you follow the steps, you can become successful, and you'll be able to post your results and highlights and demonstrate your expertise. But I think for now, next 6 months, we need to just get our head down and focus and try and block out
definitely.
those sort of distractions, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I
Right.
think I've made my decision, so I won't waste any more of your time. I mean, these
Good.
all these questions I can ask later on the later
Yeah,
stage.
yeah,
So
yeah. You got access to me, so you know the calendar will be there. You can book me. You know, we could
yeah,
probably jump on a call Sunday if you want to jump on a call Sunday and have our
yeah,
first session, and you can ask me as many questions as you want, bro, and we can go back and forth
yeah.
and we can figure stuff out. Yeah,
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
yeah,
think I'm ready. I'm ready.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
perfect. Thank you very much, Luke. I
good
really
man,
appreciate
Tyler.
it.
Welcome aboard, bro, and look forward to working with you.
Me too, man. Thank you very much for your time.
No worries. Speak soon. Yeah.
Thanks, bye bye.
Bye, bye.